Hello and welcome to the Entrefluential Life Podcast. I'm your host, John Tanner, and I apologize for starting a little bit late today. It's 7:43 p.m. here in Jacksonville, Florida, and we're waiting for Sebastian to come on stage, which is happening right about now. Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
Hi, Sebastian.
Oh, are we already live?
Yes, we are. I just went live.
Oh, we didn't get to put the new intro and outro.
Yeah, you know what? I was waiting to see if it was going to pop up in my email, but it did not. I was forwarding it to myself. So if you can play it from your end, that would be awesome. I don't know if you could do that.
I don't think I have that special technology.
Okay. All right. So we'll just have to play it next episode, okay? Because
Yeah.
I need to save it to my computer. And as you know, I was rushing to get home to start this podcast. So
All right. Well, it's okay. We'll have it for the next one.
there you go. So we apologize that we weren't able to be with you last Sunday, but it was Easter and we had a dinner and we had drinks. And so we just had to just make an executive decision that we were going to not go online.
Yeah.
And then we would just come back on this Sunday. So here we are. And I hope you guys all
Yeah.
had a good Sunday celebrating Easter Sunday and the resurrection of our Lord Jesus.
That's right. It's good to spend the day with your family.
Absolutely. That's a
Anyways.
very special holiday for us. So
Yeah.
yeah, so it's definitely understandable. I'm sure that you guys agree. Hey, I need to put one of these studio lights on here. I forgot to turn on to give me a
Oh
little bit
yeah.
more amperage here, real quick. There we go. And yeah, I was rushing to get back home. I was driving all over the place. And anyways, I'm back, and you're here, and I'm here, and so thank God we're rocking and rolling.
That's right.
Um, so did you get the messages that I sent you with the?
Yeah. I have
Okay,
everything.
cool. Yep. Okay, great. So do you want to go ahead and oh gosh, that's another thing I didn't do was I didn't forward myself the Catwoman thing and the mental tip of the day. So you're gonna have to pull those. You're gonna have to go over those. I won't be able to share it with the audience
Oh, okay. That's fine.
on screen. I can't because it's on my phone, and my phone is being used for the camera. So
Yeah.
okay, so let's just verbally walk through it. But for those of you guys who want to check this out, we'll upload it to Instagram after the podcast is over, so that
Yep.
you can see the visuals. Okay, so
Exactly.
we will do that for you.
Yeah, they'll be able to see it on there. The fitness tip of the day that we have, well, actually, I guess it's for the week now. We're doing everything for the
Yeah,
week.
yeah, that's right. Yeah,
So this
yep.
fitness, the fitness tip of the week is another one of our inspired themes or like superhero themed workout plans. It's the same thing. This one's Derby. I'm not sure if Nyla Ray created this one.
Oh, it says
It looks
Derby. Okay,
like
Derby. Yeah. Okay.
yeah, it looks like darebee.com. So a
Yep.
different creator,
Mm-hmm.
but the same kind of theme. This one is a Catwoman themed workout. It says that you're going to do 10 sets of, you have one, two, nine exercises, and then you do those nine exercises for 10 sets or as many as you can do with up to 2 minutes of rest in between the sets. The
Mm-hmm.
first exercise that we have on the list is 10 push ups. After that, we're going to do 20 punches. Then we have 10 donkey kicks. So this one, for the people that can't see, I guess, well, for all of you guys right now, for you guys, since you can't see exactly what the person is doing in the picture, they're essentially in a plank position except on their knees. So you're on your knees in a plank, and you're basically just going to do a kickback with each of your legs. So you do five on each side. So you do a kickback with one leg, a kickback with the next leg, and then after the episode, you'll be able to go onto the Instagram to see exactly what they're doing, so you can get a better visual. But essentially, it's that plank position, except you're going to be on your knees instead of like a normal plank, and then you're kind of kicking your leg back and up into the air behind you. The next workout that we have is 10, it says it's 10 clamshells. So you're kind of in the position to where you're going to do like a side crunch. And so you're laying down, you're on on either side. You have your legs kind of bent on top of each other to where like each knee is on top of the other one. And then you're basically going to extend, if you're on your left side, you're going to extend your right knee towards the sky and basically in a lined up position so where you're symmetrical, and then you bring that knee back down. So you're going to do 10 of those. After this, you're going to do 10 side plank rotations. So you're basically going to stay in that same position. You're going to do what the side plank rotation in this workout is basically depicting in the picture is you're in that side plank, so you're going to want to be on either your left or right side when you start this. Your plank is going to be on your elbow, so all of your pressure is going to be on your elbow, and you kind of have your midsection raised up from the ground. So if you have your full body on the ground on your side, you have your elbow bracing you, then you kind of want to lift the entire midsection of your entire core off of the ground, and you extend one arm up to the sky. You bring it back down towards the ground, kind of reaching under you, and then reach that arm back out towards the sky. When you see the pictures on the Instagram after the episode, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. It says 10 of them. So with this one, you're only working one side. So I would say do 10 on one side. And then if you started with a plank on the left, you're going to want to do the plank on the right. And then you're going to do the same motion with your left arm if you're planking on your right elbow. And if you start off with your left planking on your left elbow, then you're doing the motion with your right arm. The next exercise that we have is 10 bridges. Basically, you're wanting to get into the position of a sit-up, like a crunch. So you kind of have, instead of laying down, you bring your feet more closer towards your butt. So you have somewhat of a, I don't know, a 45-degree angle. I don't know exactly what the angle would be, but basically in the position to where you're going to do a sit-up. And instead of doing the sit-up, you're going to raise your, basically you're raising your butt into the air. So it's, in a way, it's kind of like if you understand what a hip thrust motion is, when you do it with the barbell, you're basically doing a hip thrust without the barbell. And you want to brace your, you want to use your hands, your palms under where your butt is, but a little bit to the side. And that's how you can brace yourself for this movement. The next exercise, we're going to be doing 10 toe taps. What it is you're still laying on your back. You want to raise your feet in the air, kind of like if you were going to do leg raises. So you have your legs fully straight out, raise them up in the air more than 6 inches, and then bring your knees towards you. Oh, there you go. Now you can see it. So you want to bring your knees a little bit towards you. You kind of have your legs at a 90-degree angle into the air, and then you're tapping your toe to the ground while keeping the other leg up. So you'll do 10 of those, and you can switch it left foot, tap the ground, keep the right leg up, and then you can switch to where your right foot is tapping the ground and your left leg is up. So you're going to do 10 of those. Followed by that, you're going to do 10 sit-ups, which is basically the normal sit-up, kind of like the position that we're getting in for the bridges. You want to get into a sit-up position, and you have your legs bent. Your feet are staying on the ground the entire time, and then you do 10 of those sit-ups. After that, you're going to do 10 sitting twists. This is also, I know this also as a Russian twist. For those of you that know it by Russian twist or sitting twist, you're basically keeping your feet, your legs are bent. You keep your feet a couple inches off the ground, and you want to lean back slightly, and you clasp your hands together. You're going to try to touch the ground leaning towards your left side, and then go and lean towards the right and touch the ground with your hands, or as close to it as possible. You can do this with just body weight, or you can also add, like if you have any of those, I think they're called medicine balls, the weighted balls, like they have 2 pounds, 4 pounds, 6 pounds, 8 pounds and heavier. You can grab one of those if you have it, if you're at the gym or if you're working out from home. You can use a weight as well if you have like a little 5-pound weight, or if you want to use a 10-pound. Really, whatever your conditioning level is at, you can increase the weight as you go, as it gets easier. It's also a really tough movement to do with no weights at all. So
Okay, so
this
this
is,
one is not by Nyla Ray. So is this one? Do you see the
I think
same
it's
exact
Derby.
workouts? The
Huh?
one I have on the screen is by
Yeah.
Nyla Ray. Is it? Are the exercises the same?
No, they're a little bit different actually. Oh wait, hold on. Donkey kicks, bridges. Yeah, they look the same. Yeah, it looks exactly the same.
Oh yeah. Okay. So then, so Nyla
Huh,
Ray
that's
has it,
weird.
and Derby did a copy of it. So
Okay, so so I don't know who created it first, but credit to Derby.com and to Nyla Ray.
yeah.
She has quite a few of them up there, so I think she might have Jennifer. Maybe she got it
Yeah.
from them.
We'll
I don't
give
know
them
what's
both the
going
credit.
on over there. They both get credit right now.
Yeah.
But that's basically the workout tip of the week. That's something that you guys can go out and try. It's the Catwoman themed workout. You can see everything on here, so you can pause the video and take a screenshot of this if you want to. If you have Pinterest, you can also go to Nyla Ray's page and see the workouts on there as well. All of the ones that we've talked about before, but they're also in every episode. So
Yeah.
you'll be able to save that to your phone, and then when you go to the gym or if you're at home, it's a great workout either way.
There you go. And there's a whole bunch of other ones on Pinterest too, which is pretty awesome.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. It makes it a
Yeah.
little bit more fun. You're adding a different
Absolutely.
element to the training, which is, I think, after a while, that's definitely what everybody. It's a good idea for everyone to do because the repetition, like, it gets old doing the same thing in the gym all the time, and you kind of start to lose the passion for it. So when you can mix things up and make it more fun, then you're going to be more excited to go to the gym versus I'm just going to do the same thing again, same thing every time, lift these weights, do the same routine, same treadmill, same elliptical. No, you want to mix it up, and that's what's going to cause you to have longevity in the gym is mixing
Yeah.
things up and you make
Having
it more
having a
fun for
variety
yourself.
and doing what you love.
Exactly. And then eventually you find one of these workouts that you freaking, it's like a home run for you. You love it a lot, then you're going to be excited to do that every time. And if you get
Exactly.
tired of that, guess what? You can switch it up and fall in
Yep.
love again.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's, I think, the key to longevity when it comes to fitness is finding the workouts that you enjoy doing.
Yeah.
Sometimes the ones that you don't like to do so much are going to be the best and most beneficial for you. But for the most part, you want to be doing what you enjoy doing and make
Yeah.
sure that you're working hard at it as well.
Yeah, because that's what makes that because that's what works, like what works is
Exactly.
is doing what you love.
Yes. Yeah,
If you
because
don't
then it's
love
not a
it, you won't do
chore.
it, and if you don't do it, you won't get the benefits. So you got to do what you love.
Exactly. It should always be a pleasure, never a chore.
Right.
All right. That sums up our fitness tip of the day. I believe the next one on our list is going to be the mental tip, right?
Yep, that's right.
All right. So we have a quote. I don't know how you pronounce his last name, Jim Rohn or Ron,
Yeah,
but I'm
Rohn.
leaning towards Rohn.
Rohn.
Rohn, right?
Yeah, it
Okay.
is Rohn. Yep.
There we go. All right. If you second guess yourself, guys, maybe you take the first pick. Remember being in school, taking those multiple choice questions, and I think this is the right answer. We're like, okay, no, let me take this. Let me check this answer out. It ends up being wrong. Sometimes you got to go with your first pick. But we have a quote by Jim Rohn. It says, "If you don't design your own life plan, chances are that you'll fall into someone else's plan, and guess what they have planned for you? Not much."
Yeah.
And that's pretty funny. It's very true. If you don't have a plan for yourself, and you fall into somebody else's plan, they're worried about themselves. They're worried about their own life. So chances are that's why he's asking. Guess what they have planned for you? It's probably not going to be much. They're worried about themselves. They're worried about their growth. So you want to be following your own life plan. It's I like this quote a lot. It's a great quote. If you don't design your own life plan, chances are you'll fall into someone else's plan. And we don't want to be stuck in that type of position. You might have to redirect your plans. You might have to, even if you start something and it doesn't end up working out the way it should be, then you create a new plan. But I think the purpose of of having that plan is that you can wake up every day motivated, like, okay, this is what I need to do. These are my steps one, two, three. Or if you have more than that, three, four, five, or six, or you have 10 steps to your day, you have a to-do list for your day. You want to make a list of things that you want to get done. And I think that's the beginning of productivity, of being someone that gets things done every day, not just somebody who's kind of like a couch potato, who's lazy, the days go by. Um, you have to have a plan, maybe not for your entire life, but you want to be thinking a couple moves ahead. And by doing that, like you're going to be accomplishing the little small tasks in your day, and it's going to give you a little boost to your mentality. There was even, I think, like there was a speech that got really, it went viral, and I think it was, I don't know if he was a Navy guy or what, but I know that he had served our country. I don't know if he was Navy, what branch he was in, military or whatever.
Yeah,
But he was
I
saying like
remember a
the
Navy SEAL guy. It was
he was the one that talked about the
making
power
your
of
bed.
making your bed.
Yep,
Yes.
yep. He was a
And
Navy SEAL, like a commander in the Navy
yes,
SEALs.
that's right. That's right.
Yeah,
He was,
yeah,
yeah, he was a high ranking Navy SEAL guy.
yeah,
Um, and it's like something as simple as just making your bed when you wake up. It's like
yep.
that sense of accomplishment,
Yeah,
like you completed a
because
task.
because you know you're gonna come home to a perfectly made bed. Like your day
Exactly,
might
no
be
matter how the day
terrible, but you're gonna
goes.
come home to a perfectly made bed. I mean,
Yeah, and it looks nice. Like, and if you have
yeah,
people come
it's something
over
so
and
simple,
like,
but it's order. In a chaotic world, you
exactly.
need order. And so, like, if you just do that little thing by, like, I make my bed every morning, and yeah, I
Yep.
mean, there's times I don't want to make it, and once in a blue moon, I won't make it. But 99% of the
Yeah.
time, I make my bed because I learned how to do it when I was in the military, and I like the structure. I like having a perfectly made bed when I come home.
Exactly. And
I like it.
especially if
I
you
know,
have guests
like, it's
over.
clean. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
the,
And
like, uh-huh.
yeah, no, I was just gonna say like and it makes it's very impactful for when you have guests over your home. Like that's why as a kid your parents always tell you, "Oh, go make your bed, clean your room." And you're like, "Oh, they're not gonna come into my room." It doesn't really matter. The point is that when you have people come over your home, the place of living, and everything is nice, everything's put away, the couches, if you have blankets or whatever, the blankets are folded, the pillows are in a nicer position, not just everywhere. It makes a good impression on them. It's a good first impression when they come into your home. Like, okay, this person looks like they have their stuff together. It might not be that way, but it's like it's good for yourself for the inside, and it's good for when you have guests over. When everything looks nice, it's like wow, like they really take care of their home. Some people don't want to invite people over because their home's always a mess, and
Yeah.
it's like, and it's bigger than that. It's like how you feel on the inside reflects on the outside. So if you feel like trash, chances are you haven't taken the trash out on your home and there's like empty bottles and stuff everywhere and it's a mess and your clothes aren't put away and you don't do your laundry and different things like that. It can affect you. Like having a clean home, the home is where your place of rest is, where your place of worship is for the Lord. It's where your place of peace. So it should be nice and clean. It should
Yeah.
be in more order. Sometimes things get a little bit out. Sometimes you don't feel like cleaning certain things up. You can be a little bit lazy here and there to a certain extent, but 9 times out of 10, like your home should be, it's your sanctuary. So you should
Yeah.
treat it as such and you should keep it clean. And
Yeah,
when you have
I mean,
people come over, they'll be
some people
impressed.
are like, I've known people who are like, really great at their jobs, but they're just like messy with their personal belongings, and I mean, and that's okay, like if that's your style, that's your style, that's who you are. You can
Hmm.
change who you are, but at least with the business mindset, like that part needs to be organized, and then I think also organization goes into entrepreneur because like our main audience is
Yes.
entrepreneurs. Like to be a better
Yes.
entrepreneur, you need to be organized.
Yes. Yes. And if your home is organized, when you start doing business, your business is probably
It's
going to have a good structure too, because
Yeah,
what you do with one thing,
you
it
usually
counts
do
for
with everything
everything. It's
else. Yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
It's not
yeah.
just how we do, like it's how we do the small things impacts is
It
impactful.
really does. Like you need momentum, you need leverage, and so like
Yes.
if you're doing these things on at the very small level, then you'll do them at the
Yes.
bigger level, right? So like practice makes
Yes.
perfect. So if you have so if every little thing that you do like to the best of your ability to the most like try to be the most meticulous in your organizational skills, it's going to
Yep.
carry over, right? Those your personal habits carries over to your business habits. That carries like just like the way that you treat people. Like if you treat
Yeah.
everybody with respect and kindness, courtesy, dignity, then you're going to treat your clients that way too. And that's a good
Exactly.
habit to get into. All of these things are character development skills, and they all have a lasting impact when you look at the sum total of your life experience. All of these things matter significantly, and if you want to be a high achiever, and and that's in anything that you pursue, like that's in sports, academics, and then entrepreneurship, then all of these little things, all of them matter because the little tiny tweaks equal big
Yep.
changes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. 100%.
Hey, I'm going to run and
100%.
grab a cup of coffee real quick before we get into the spiritual tip. So, can you give me
Okay.
2 minutes?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, great. I'll be right back.
All right.
Okay, I'm coming back with my coffee.
All right.
So you can hear me. And now you can see me. All right, got my coffee, guys. I mean, I was running in here. I didn't even have a chance to get a cup of coffee. So thank you for bearing with me. All right, so here we have we're reading from the Living the 66 Books of the Bible by Dr. David Jeremiah, and today we are going to cover a summary of the Book of Acts, and it's only 2 pages long, as all of these are. Really short, brief summaries of each book in the Bible, so that you get a better understanding of what is in here and how it can be beneficial to you in your life.
Yeah.
And so here we go. Here's a summary. What happened to Peter? He dominates the story of the book of Acts until chapter 12, when we're told he departed and went to another place in Acts 12:17. Except for a brief cameo appearance in chapter 15, Peter never again appears in the book of Acts. Instead, all the action shifts to the Apostle Paul, whose story dominates chapters 13 through 28. This division in the text actually represents the simplest outline of the book of Acts. Chapters 1 through 12 revolve around Peter and those working with him, and chapters 13 through 28 revolve around Paul and those working with him. There's a lesson here. No single person is a superstar in the work of the Lord, and none of us can do it alone. It's a team effort. The book of Acts shows how the Holy Spirit came upon the followers of Christ, transforming them into one church, one body, one family, with each member having its own function and role. By the way, that's how all businesses run, and that's how our families, personal families, run too.
Mm-hmm.
You're different from any other Christian on earth. The Lord has given you a unique set of gifts, experiences, opportunities, passions, and personality traits. He takes the diversity of his millions of people and creates a unity that presents the gospel to the world. It simply won't do if we're not engaged with the body of Christ, both in our local churches and in his larger kingdom on earth. An African American spiritual says, if you cannot preach like Peter, if you cannot pray like Paul, you can tell the love of Jesus who died to save us all. You have a calling in this life. Share Jesus with others. All right, you want to go over the 4 keys?
Absolutely. So, the key theme of this book is we are called to take the message of the gospel to the lost wherever they are. It is for everyone. The key challenge: be committed to your local church and be part of what his church is doing around the world. Be a part of the global outreach of the gospel. So, even something like the podcast that we're doing right now is a
Yep.
part of the global outreach of the gospel because we're sharing the word with
Absolutely.
so many different people.
Yep.
You can do things like either within the church, or you can do your own thing like this. If maybe like you don't, it depends on what your schedule is, what you're comfortable with doing. It doesn't matter. It doesn't just necessarily have to just be with the church alone. If you have a podcast, if you have a social media platform when you're sharing his word, then he knows what you're doing, and you're doing it
Absolutely.
for him.
Yep.
The key verse: for we cannot but speak the things which we have seen and heard. Acts 4:20. Key prayer: God, grant me wisdom to know when and where to share the testimony of my faith with others. That's
Hmm.
very important. When and where.
Yep.
Please help me to be a winsome witness of your love and grace to the unsaved.
Hmm.
I like that a lot. I
Me
like that
too.
a lot. It's
Me too.
very important to know. I think like when and where to share the testimony of faith with others is like
Yeah.
there's a time and a place for everything, and
Absolutely.
you want to have the gosh, I don't know the word, the discernment to
Yeah.
know
Yeah. The discernment.
when
Yeah.
is the right time
Yeah. It
to
is.
share that. And
Yeah.
there's
There
going
is
to
the
be
right time for it.
moments like it just happens, like because when just
Yeah.
like we've talked about in other episodes, when you let him wrap up your day, he
Yep.
does it in a miraculous way. I
Yeah.
didn't mean to rhyme, but
I know that was
basically,
perfect.
you like that? Could be a poet.
I do.
Um, basically it's like like with that same like little I don't know word analogy, that same way of thinking
Hmm.
about God that we've
Yeah.
discussed in previous episodes.
Yeah.
It applies to this because it's like when you let him have the control, he'll put you in a position because his timing is perfect. You don't know, like you might be in a conversation with a complete stranger. You might
Hmm.
not have expected this is the perfect moment to share my testimony, but
Hmm.
something can be said between the two of you that's like, oh, okay, this is the perfect time for me
Yeah.
to share my testimony with this person. And that might have been exactly what they have needed to hear in that moment
Yeah.
to bring them back to God because they might have been on the fence
Yeah.
and they might have fallen and lost their way. And then they have a
Yeah.
conversation with you and it could relate so perfectly with their life. Like you can relate to them as a person
Yeah.
more than somebody else might have been able to relate to them. So I think like his timing is impeccable. And when you kind of like silence your voice and let him speak and
Hmm.
like kind of follow his signs, like then you'll know exactly when and where to share his testimony,
I agree with
to share
that.
the testimony.
And I want to add to that,
Yeah.
um, because we were talking about this in Sunday school this morning.
Oh, nice.
And so like
Isn't it crazy
one of
how
the
that lines up?
what I know, I love how it does that. So one of the things that we're supposed to be doing is we're supposed to get together with other Christians in community. Another thing that we're supposed to do is practice the Lord's Supper, where we break bread, and so we eat
Mm,
so we drink the wine and we eat the bread to remember God's Jesus' sacrifice for us, right? For our
yeah.
salvation. The third thing that we're supposed to do is pray. Okay, so we pray all the time because we pray for other people and we pray for ourselves. All right. And then,
Yep.
so the fourth thing that we're supposed to do is share the gospel, right? And so, one of the ways that you can share the gospel, one of the best ways to share the gospel is over a meal, right? That's what they
Mm,
say. Okay. So,
yeah.
and it should be joyous. So, like when you break bread with people, when you're sharing a meal, that's a great way for you to communicate with them and get to know what they're dealing with and be a light to them, okay, because we're salt and
Yeah.
light, so you might be able to shed light on a situation that can help them. And the way that you carry yourself, if you're walking as a Christian, if you have these amazing values, life values, moral values, it's going to
Yeah.
shine. It's going to come out in your conversations. The fact that you invite somebody to dinner or lunch or breakfast and you're having a conversation and you're engaged with them and you're concerned about them and you're offering to help them in any way that you can, they're going to see your character and they're going to want to emulate you so that they can
Yes.
have the same benefits because Jesus fills us up and then we overflow. God not only covers everything that we need, but he gives us more than what we need so that we can share
Yes.
that with other people. And when that overflows onto the lives of other people, you're doing God's work. They see Jesus through you and they're going to want to have what you have. So that
Yeah.
is testimony in and of itself.
Absolutely. I love that. I
Me
love that.
too.
He gives us more than what we need for us, enough to share with others, and
Yeah, there's
that's
a
what we're
Bible
here
verse that
for.
talks about it overflowing.
Yep. I love that. I
Mm-hmm.
like that a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and trust me, people are watching, even if they don't say anything to you, they're watching. They're watching you, they're
Yep.
watching what you do, how you act, how you are with other people. And so let your actions be louder than your
Yep.
words, right?
Exactly. Yeah, because
Be-
I mean, you stand out when you're.
yeah. And
There's
then
so
you
many
don't want to
people that are
contradict yourself. You don't want to
grumpy.
come across as a hypocrite. So you could say things and not do it. Your actions are more important than your words.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Um, I believe that's why it's like like for people like Keanu Reeves that donate and they don't want media to cover that. They don't want people to go and put this on social media and put it for everyone to see because he's not doing it for everyone to see. Just he's not doing it for people to think he's this type of guy. He's doing it because he genuinely cares and wants to help people out,
Mm.
and that's his action. He doesn't want to go and let his words do all the talking for him. He just wants to go and do something in private,
Mhm.
and he's getting the action done. And I think like with the age of social media, I don't know how this led me to think this, but I just like I'm on a train over here right now. Um, it's just like there's a lot of like actions are so much louder than words, and this
Mhm.
is what makes me think of that. Like you can do something for people, and it's not about what you're going to get back from it. It's just about you doing a good deed, and
Mhm.
everyone's watching so they can see like this is the type of person that you are. And it's like it can apply to people that it's just random strangers out there. Like you do once and you can do something nice for somebody, and that could inspire them. That's like, oh wow, like he just like he went offered the lady to help her bring the groceries to her car or whatever. Maybe she's struggling to pick up the water to put it on the belt for the cashier to ring it up, and someone goes and puts it up there for her. There's like millions of different things that you could do for somebody that you're not you don't have to do that. But when you want to do something kind for somebody else, who knows? Like maybe somebody was watching that and now kind of like what you said about emulating that type of person, maybe they're like, oh wow, like he just made her day because he just offered to help her with something out or help him with something out. He made that guy's day or whatever it is. And now
Mhm.
maybe that person wants to go and do something nice for somebody else. And
Mhm.
maybe they want to be more like you, like, oh man, that guy's awesome, man. Like he's in a great mood. He doesn't look like the day is defeating
Man,
him. Like
as soon
he's
as you
like
said that, like he's in a great mood, I smiled. Like it really does, man. It
yeah,
carries
it,
over. Like
it
it has so much.
yes,
Your words have positive energy. Like using positive words creates positive responses.
it does, like and the actions and the words have to follow each other.
Yeah, they
And
do.
like what
Yeah,
your
you know
actions are
what
going to
that's
be
called? That's called synchronicity, or
yeah,
they have to be congruent.
exactly. They have to be congruent with each other. Like
Hmm.
stuff like
Yeah,
that. I mean,
because if you're not, then you lose trust.
absolutely. Absolutely, and that's all you have.
It's
Once that's
important.
gone,
I mean, absolutely. Yeah.
it's hard to bring
Yes.
that back.
Truth.
Like
Right? Oh,
it's
facts. People say,
yeah, facts.
like the millennials, facts.
That's facts. But yeah, man, like when you see somebody that has their stuff together, or even like when they have a problem and you see the way that they handle it versus the way you handle it,
Hmm.
like that was like how I kind of one of the first impressions with my boss at my job. um, Something would happen and he's like, okay, like what's the next step? How can we solve this? And for myself, I got into a mode where I would run into an issue and I'd get pissed the hell off. I'd get so like it would kind of not ruin my entire day, but it would get me in a funk for a while. And it's like, okay, how would I rather handle that situation? Would I rather be like, okay, a go-getter, like, okay, you know what, this isn't gonna stop me. This just happened, but you know what? Screw it. I don't care. I'm gonna find a way around it. I'm gonna make something happen. I run into a
Okay.
problem. I'm gonna make it happen. And you want to be that person that makes it happen. You
Yeah.
want to be that person that's like when you there's people that like the motivational speakers and the people that go to watch them. The people that are in attendance are looking at this motivational speaker like, well, wow, like how do I get to their level? How do I
Yeah.
get like that? How are they always energetic and they're always happy? And even though like it seems like everything's going their way, and the truth is it's like it's not. That's not the case. Everyone has a problem, whether you're a millionaire or you're a 200 air. Like
Yeah.
whether you got 200 bucks in the bank account or 2 million, it
Yeah.
doesn't matter. The finances, it doesn't equate to. Everybody is going to be going through something, and that
Hmm.
looks different for everyone, and it
Hmm.
can hold a different importance to them and a different effect. And
Hmm.
the difference between the people that aren't at that level and then the people that are is that when they go through those issues, they find a way around it, they accept it, they look at it, analyze it. Okay, this is the situation. um there was even a quote that was like, I forget what the pretenses were, but someone was upset about something, and then their mentor or whoever, someone asked them, okay, can you change this? Can you do something about it? What's the answer? Yes. Okay, so then why are you stressed out? And
Mm-hmm.
then they ask them all, like the other question is, can you do anything about this? Can you change the outcome? Or do you have any power over this? No. Okay, so then why are you stressed out?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, can you change it? Yeah. Okay, so then you have the power. You can change the way that this happens. There's no reason to be stressed out. Can you not change it? No. Okay. That's just the way that the cards are unfolding right now.
Mm-hmm.
You can't change this. So it's gonna happen. You're gonna have to let it take its course. And why are you gonna be stressed out about it? If you know that you can't do nothing about it, then okay, that's fine. Now it's time for the next thing. Now it's like, okay, where do I go from here? And
Mm-hmm.
so I think like people that live their life in that way and people that want to live their life that way, it's like you look at these people like they're rock stars. And the thing is, we can all be like this. We all have God-given rights. We all have the Holy Spirit. We all have different attributes that God gave to us. So, you know,
And we can,
don't
and we're
compare.
always learning, like we need to be
Yes, always
open
learning.
minded, and be, like you said it earlier, discerning. We have to use discernment
Yes,
to choose who we're going to emulate. Listen, you're going to follow an instruction,
exactly.
and you have to decide which instruction you're going to follow. And since
Yeah.
life is a constant process of evolution, of change,
Yep.
then you're going to always be looking at, what are you evolving into. So you look for a new north star, a new guiding light, a new uh, uh, somebody who you can emulate to grow into the next version of yourself, your U 2.0, your U 3.0, 4.0, 5.0,
Yes.
so forth. And so as you're growing, right, as you're getting older, as you're growing, you should always be looking at your leaders. And sometimes your leaders come and go. If you have a really good
Yep.
one, you stick to them and you follow them for maybe a decade, maybe 2 decades. And then maybe you find another leader and you start following that leader and they teach you new things. The point is to continue finding good leaders that have the lifestyle and the content that you think you
Hmm.
would benefit from, and emulate them.
Yeah, and you also have to let your personality shine through
Mm-hmm.
in a way as well, because it's like you can follow someone's plan cookie cutter, but
Well, yeah, I
there's
didn't say to
like the
clone them.
way.
I just said learn from them, right?
Yeah,
So
and like where I'm thinking is like you might even find a better way of doing something, like follow what they're doing and
mhm.
get inspired by them, and like they're succeeding, so follow their footsteps, and then who knows, you might find an even more efficient way of getting something done than
Well,
what their way
100%. I
was.
mean, innovation is
Yeah.
innovation is important. It's a critical thing. Like you have to employ, like you have to insert your creativity into
Yeah.
processes, right? Into your processes. So, like, I mean, let's pull back for a second here, okay? So, if you look at a foundation of a building, your foundation has the four corners, right? We call them cornerstones. And so,
Yep.
like, one of your cornerstones should be the Bible, right? That is a solid stone for you
Yeah.
to build your foundation on, okay? And those other three cornerstones could be other things that help you become who you are, okay?
Yep.
One of those cornerstones could be your family, right? Your family connections. It could be a cornerstone for you. If you don't have a family, a strong family that you grew up in, you might find other people that fill that space for you,
Yeah.
and to become one of those cornerstones. Your best friend could be one of your cornerstones in your lifetime. Your church could be a cornerstone for you in your lifetime. Your
Yep.
neighborhood, your community, if you have a tight community, that could be your cornerstone. So you find these cornerstones that help stabilize you, right?
Yeah.
The Bible stabilizes me, okay? Um, and that wisdom that's in here, and then the body of Christ, the church, is a great place to find stability with solid principles that last forever. Then you layer on top of your foundation, you layer other things like your education, your skill set, your the values that you want to embody, right? Those things become parts of your foundation. Now that your foundation is stabilized, you are who you are, you know who your personality, your character is. Now you start building on top of that, right? So you start building this tower, right? This building that is going to have multiple levels, okay? And each of those levels I like to think of as a chapter of your life. And as you get older, so like you go through your teens, you go through your 20s, your 30s, every time you go to a level high, you're leveling up, just like in a video game. You're leveling up,
Exactly.
and the higher you go, you're getting to a point where you get a bird's eye view, and you can see how in the horizon, you can see how all of these things that are below you, how they affect one another, the domino effect, the implications, right? You start seeing things from a much broader view. So when you start off when you're young, your view is very limited. Maybe it's the size of a golf ball. And as you get older and older, your view progresses and changes to the point where it's like a volleyball. It's this huge ball. You have a bigger world view. You can see things a lot broader as you get older and higher up in life and stature. So,
Yeah.
I mean, this is why one of the things that the Greeks have a saying is when you have a team, a business team, if you don't have anybody with gray hair on your team, go find one, because you need that life wisdom to be imputed into your decision making.
Right.
Same thing with boards, right? Like the realtor board, other boards, they will have a senior citizen on that board to give them, and also a lay person, right, to give them life perspective into the board's decision making.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
so as you're building your layers up, like your chapters in your life, like like chapters in a book, those things could look differently for where you're at in your lifetime. Okay. And so like, if I was approaching, just to give you a hypothetical, right? For instance, if I was approaching my senior years, do you think I would be looking at what teenagers are doing to be my role models?
No way.
Absolutely not. I would be looking at how are senior citizens living, what kind of communities, like 55 plus communities, assisted living, age in place communities. I'd be looking at those kind of things, because that would be what works for me in my fall season or my winter season of my lifetime. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like the only exception is if like you need help learning how to use a computer or something. Then a teen would be amazing. These kids are freaking ridiculous, man. Like they
This
know
is
like
true. Yep. Yeah,
you
so
see a baby
now you're
playing with
talking
an
like a
iPad.
lawyer. Okay, there's an exception to the rule.
We have one exception.
That's right. That's right. There you go.
Oh
That was
yeah,
great.
unless you're in that position. That's hilarious, man.
How do I use this
Um,
damn cell phone? I can't figure it out.
Grandpa.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh man.
I keep butt dialing somebody. Gosh, how'd you get on my phone? What's the butt dial
I'm like,
button?
hello, hello, and he's hearing a voice inside his head. Am I hearing things? No, you butt dialed me, man.
That's funny, man. That's
That's
awesome.
hilarious.
All right, so let's go ahead and dive into the entrepreneurial tip of the day. Is that cool?
Oh yeah.
All right, let's go. Let me go ahead and share my screen one more time. Okay, we're gonna go with entire screen this time. Share audio. And now I'm going to go over here and go to present. Okay, you don't see it yet.
No.
Huh. Must have done something wrong. Oh, there it goes. That's why. Okay. There we go.
Ta-da.
Ta-da. Okay. So in this in lesson 5, this is module 4 of the Entrefluential Network Marketing Business Bootcamp. And in this lesson 5, we're talking about mastering video conferencing and webinars in network marketing, using tools like Zoom, Skype, or WebEx to host virtual presentations and training sessions, as well as team meetings. Now, let's see if this video plays. My internet's slow, so yeah, it's not. It's too slow. It's this computer. I got to get a new laptop. All right, so
Yeah.
I'll just read it. Here we go. In today's digital age, video conferencing and webinars have become essential tools for network marketers. They provide a dynamic platform to connect with your team, prospects, and customers. This guide will walk you through the best practices and strategies for leveraging these tools effectively in your network marketing endeavors. So, number one, choosing the right tools. You should identify your needs so that you can determine the specific requirements for video conferencing webinars. You'll want to consider factors such as audience size, features, and budget. Now, I know that Zoom calls have been modified over since COVID, right? So in the last 4 years, so that they can host 1 million people. Like when Tony Robbins did I think it was called Unleash the Power Within. I think they had 1 million people on Zoom. Can you believe that?
Wow.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
that's crazy. So I would say, like, for our needs, like you're pretty much, you should be fine with Google Meet or Zoom to do video conferencing. Other things, like you can do a presentation like I'm doing right now. So we're on StreamYard right here. See StreamYard, and this presentation that I'm showing you is on Canva. So you can utilize these tools together to do your presentation. So this on Canva it's called a presentation. It's a slide deck, very similar to what you would create using Keynote or PowerPoint. A lot of people are familiar with those. If you're my age, Generation X, you know what PowerPoint is, right? Microsoft PowerPoint. I mean, that was like a major game changer to us. And one of the things I learned when I was teaching, and this is going back to like 2012, was a program called Prezi. And it's a fun, like similar to PowerPoint with a lot of bells and whistles. So, but this is one of the new iterations, one of the new evolutions is using Canva to create your presentations. And they have amazing slides, amazing graphic designs that you can import into your slide deck, amazing different templates to choose from all kinds of different industries. And then you can actually add video to your content as well, which is really cool.
Wow.
Yep. All right. So number two, when you're preparing for your meetings, you want to set clear objectives. Remember what we were talking about in the beginning here, Sebastian? Like just like we want to talk about your planning, your organization. Just like you organize your room, you organize your content. You should organize your days or your calendars. And so if you're going to have a business meeting, organize your meeting. Have your talking points ready to go.
Yep.
Okay. And then if you're creating content that's going to be what we call evergreen, you should also look at your KPIs, your key performance indicators, so you can see whether or not you're meeting those points that you're looking. We call those measurable goals. Okay. And those goals could be promoting a online course, or promoting a product or a service, whatever your business is involved with. You want to have goals. That's your objective. And then track it to see if you met those or not. Where can you make adjustments to do better? Because we always want to optimize our performance as we go.
Right.
All right. Number two is preparing for your meetings, is content planning. So you want to create engaging and informative content. So by engaging, it should be fun for your audience to watch. So think about who your audience is and what would make it fun for them. That's how you make it engaging. And then informative is, how are you educating them? What are you teaching them that they don't already know? And it should be audience specific. So that doing those things, making it fun, maybe adding a little bit of humor will make it more compelling.
Yeah.
And number three, think about your technical setup. Do you have a stable internet connection? You don't want to do what I did, where you just try to play a video and it wouldn't play. So you want to make sure your technology, you make sure your technology is good to go, so that you can have, get your mission accomplished, right? And another thing that we haven't done yet, I got a microphone over here, a microphone over there, and yet none of these darn microphones are working because we don't have the right technology set up. And you should just go ahead and get a lavalier mic where you can just plug it into the phone and then put it on your lapel, and you're good to go. A lavalier mic is the best way for audio production, whether you're making videos or podcasts. Just do it. I wish we would have done it a long time ago, and we get bit by the procrastination bug on that. But audio is very important. So choose the right microphone. And then another thing is, having a well-lit environment is important when you're making recordings, when you're doing a video conference. Make sure you have adequate lighting. because it makes a very, very big difference in how people will see you in the video.
Yes.
And the next thing that you want to do is troubleshoot your system, right? You want to make sure you do a test before you go live with a real audience to make sure that your lights are working, your video is working, your audio is working, audio, video, right? And that your slide deck is working, all of these things, so that you don't get stuck in the middle of your presentation, or that you get to the end of the presentation and it didn't record, which has happened to me multiple times.
Oh, yeah.
That's brutal. Like
It's
45
brutal.
minutes later, and you're like, oh, that didn't record well. Oops. All right, number 3 is think about your engagement strategies. One, when we say engagement, it's how can you pull your audience in? Sebastian.
Yeah.
Sebastian. Hey, Sebastian,
Yeah.
can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, great. See, I just engaged with you. I got you to engage with me because I called you by name, right?
Yep.
If I was saying, like, what I've seen other people do is when people are signing into a webinar, they'll acknowledge that the person signed in. Hey, hello, Sebastian from Boston. Welcome. Good to see you. John from Jacksonville, Florida. Great to see you. I'm glad you're here. By doing that, you are engaging with them. They feel more personalized, right? They feel
Exactly.
that they're acknowledged, they're seen. People want to be seen and heard, and by calling their names, you acknowledge them. Another few things that you can do is you can use a poll. We're like, okay, guys, I want to find out how many of you sold 3 houses in the past 4 months. How many of you sold 2 houses in the past 4 months? How many of you sold 1 house in the past 4 months? Okay, all right. I'm going to give you 2 more seconds to vote. And then I'm going to share the poll with the audience. And then, boom, they pull up the poll and they show you how many people voted. So you can see what's going on with the audience, right? That's one way of engaging people. And I think that's a really great way to engage people. The other thing is you might have a 1-hour webinar and do 45 minutes of presentation and then 15 minutes of Q&A. That Q&A time, people have questions and they want to ask. So they raise their hand, they ask the questions, and you answer it for them. You're providing information to everybody who's still in the webinar, and you're giving that person one-on-one attention. And do you know how valuable that is?
Yeah, invaluable.
It's invaluable. People want to be recognized. And so by doing that and answering their questions, you're building better rapport with those people. So it makes your connections with them so much stronger. And the other thing is that what you can do for your presentations to be more fun is include multimedia, which means add a video, play a video inside there, because it makes your presentation so much more engaging, right?
That's right.
If they say a picture is worth 1,000 words. Well, a video has 28 frames per minute. I think that's right. I think that's what it is. 28 frames a minute. So 28 frames is 28 pictures. 28 pictures times 1,000 words is 28,000 words. You're conveying a lot of content into the minds of your viewers by doing a video presentation inside of your videos, inside of your webinars. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So utilize that to your benefit. Okay, the next thing you want to think about is your communication style. So when you're speaking on video in a video conference or on a webinar or in a podcast, a video podcast like this, a vlog, you don't make the same mistake that I do, and I get nervous and I talk fast. It's very natural for you to do that because when you're nervous, you tend to speak faster. I don't know why. It just is what it is, right? It's like a defense mechanism, and because we're nervous. So we have to be cognizant of the speed, right? That's the delivery speed, and then slow it down and be clear and concise. Concise means short and sweet. Keep it simple, silly.
Yeah.
Right. And the other thing is you'll see me looking at the screen. Now I can look at my computer monitor, my computer screen, to see how Sebastian and I look, to see the content I'm reading. But I have to force myself to look up at the camera so that it feels like I'm looking directly at you, right? So you make eye contact. And by doing that, you pull the person in on the other side. They feel like you're really communicating with them. So make eye contact with the camera as if you were talking to a person. And if that makes you nervous, Like it used to make me nervous. Think about if you're thinking about the camera and you think about how you look on the camera, you're going to get nervous. Rather than think about those things, train your brain to think that you're talking to a person on the other side. So for me, I'm lucky because I have Sebastian that I'm talking to, even though I know that other people are watching this and other people will watch this down the road because this is live and then it'll be on it'll live on these channels that we're pushing it on. I'm talking to Sebastian right now, but I know that these other people are there, but I don't have to think about the other people right now. All I have to do is think about Sebastian.
Yep.
So thank you, Sebastian, for allowing me to talk to you. And so just think
Yeah.
about somebody. If you're watching this and you have to do something, don't think about the camera. Think about one person that you're
Yep.
talking to inside of the camera. And that'll help you maintain that eye contact and get over the nervousness and think about how can you pour into that person with value.
Exactly. That'll help out with the stage fright tenfold. It'll help. It'll make a big difference.
It does make a big difference, right, Sebastian? Don't you feel the same way?
100%.
Right?
Yeah.
You've
It's
evolved
yeah.
majorly from 2 years ago when you first started.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you remember how nervous you were 2 years ago?
Yeah, it was really uncomfortable. Like even recording the videos, like it was just like if I tried to record something myself, I was like, have the camera on. It instantly changed my vibe. I don't know what happened. I don't know. I was nervous to to make content. Yeah. Um,
Yeah.
after
And now it's not.
now it's not like I'm just like I think of it like I'm just talking to you, and I know it's gonna go public. But I don't know. I just think of it like I'm having a conversation with my dad. It takes
Yep.
off the pressure off my shoulders, and then going past that, like once you produce a certain amount of content, now it's just the usual. Now you're like, okay, now it's another day in the office, so you don't really get so much nervous anymore because you've already done it several times. People have seen your videos already, so whatever.
Yeah.
If you were gonna make fun of me before, you would have already done it.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
it's like, and then you also can't care what someone's gonna say,
You
so
can't
it's
control
like
what other people are going to think. So you enjoy yourself.
exactly,
Keep it fun, keep it light, keep it conversational, and it's going to be
yeah.
so much easier.
I think it's cool when you're not ashamed. When you don't care what somebody thinks, you
Yeah.
can be so much more authentic on your videos, and people
Yeah.
appreciate that because they can see how authentic you are, how
Yeah.
authentically you are, and with the confidence it shows when you don't care about that stuff. They're like, oh man,
Exactly.
like this guy is confident.
Yep.
He doesn't give a damn if someone thinks he's like this or that. Like I'll be weird, I'll be funny. I don't really care if you call me a nerd because I like certain things. Like I'm so happy with that. Like I'm so
Hmm.
happy with it. I like Star Wars and I like geeky stuff. But I also like going to the gym and doing boxing and doing things like that. So I'm
Yep.
like, like for
Exactly.
me,
Because you're a diverse person. Because you have a lot of
exactly.
qualities, a lot of great traits.
Yeah,
You're not
thank
limited
you.
to being one type of person, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So it's like it's a big difference, man. Like once you guys put out more videos, then you get over that stage fright, and then it
Yeah.
feels
Just
great.
be
When
yourself.
yep,
Just be
that's the
yourself.
biggest thing is like don't try to
Yeah.
be somebody else
Yeah.
because
Just be
then
you. You're good
yeah,
enough. You're worth it.
eh,
You have
yeah,
value. Absolutely.
yeah, more than good enough. Like you guys
Absolutely.
be
Yep.
yourself, and you're gonna find those people that like you for who
That
you are.
resonate with you. And you want the other ones that don't
Exactly.
resonate, let them go. Let them move fast, move off. Okay, find it. Fine.
Yes.
Go find your tribe. You know? Go find
Exactly.
your
And
tribe. Like
yeah,
you're gonna pull your tribe
yeah.
to you. You will. Let them go find their own tribe. Yep.
Yeah, and if you're trying to impress someone or and by being somebody you're not, they're gonna be able to tell sooner or later that that's not who
Yeah.
you really are.
You have to be
So,
authentic, man. The faster you can get to you, the better it's gonna be.
yep, and the people that are gonna like you for who you are, those are the
Yeah.
ones that you want to surround yourself with. Um,
Exactly.
you don't want to
Exactly.
be around people that you have to be fake around and hide who you truly are, like
Exactly.
so be authentic, be you.
Yep.
The right people, the right subscribers, the right viewers of your channel, they'll find you.
Yep. All right. So the next step is follow-up plans. So when you're done with your presentation, your webinar, or your video conference, then you can send a email with a copy of it so that people who weren't able, either people who were not able to attend or people who did attend but they want to watch the replay, will be able to access it. And you can,
Yes.
and a great thing that you can do is when you're presenting new information to your target audience, right? As a business owner, you have a target audience, and you're educating them, you're informing them about your product or your service. Then after they attended the webinar, or if they didn't see the webinar, they get to watch the replay, the follow-up from the follow-up email. After they watch the replay, you can end that with a call to action where they can set up a one-on-one consultation with you, right?
Yeah.
Or an appointment, or
Exactly.
an opportunity to purchase whatever your product or your service is. Okay.
Yep.
So when you're doing webinars for network marketing, you can market those webinars through social media. If you already have a built-up email list, you can market it through your email list. And you can market it on other channels like Pinterest, for instance, right? Your Facebook page. You can do you can borrow audiences from other people. So like, let's say that you're a guest on somebody else's podcast and you have a specific webinar that speaks to the audience that you're going to go talk to on that podcast. You can borrow that audience. We talk about OPM, other people's platforms. OPP.
Yep.
You down with
OPP.
OPP, other people's platforms? You remember that, Sebastian?
Yep.
So go borrow other people's platforms, go be a guest speaker, and then have a webinar set up for them, and then invite them to that webinar by giving them the landing page address, your URL, in that presentation, and offer some kind of a benefit that, and if they sign up for, like, let's say there's a paid product at the end of it, like an online course, for instance, or an appointment, a consultation for some kind of a transaction that you're going to do, a business transaction that you're going to do. As long as it's compliant, like, you can't give a referral fee for a real estate commission that you're going to earn if the other person is not an agent. But there could be something else that you're doing, like selling an online course, for instance, where you can offer a commission to that person because they sign up to be an affiliate. Or in the world of network marketing, these people that you're going to go talk to could be your platform downstream. So like, let's say that you're going to go talk to an audience of people from one of the persons that's in your network marketing downstream. And you're talking to them about signing up and becoming a network marketer themselves. And let's say that, to go back to the Live Good example, you're selling supplements, right? Like whey protein, CBD oil, pre-workout energy drinks. So like those kind of things, if the people that are in the audience, let's say that the audience happens to be personal fitness trainers, right? That's a good audience that they can utilize the workout drink, the pre-workout drink, and the whey protein. That's something they would use on a consistent basis. So you might be doing a presentation on why they should sign up to be Live Good, right? To use that product and promote it to their clients who they're doing personal fitness training for, because they can utilize that whey protein powder. And every time those clients use that powder, they earn a commission, you earn a commission, the whole upstream earns a commission, right? So it behooves you to go and do a presentation for those people to share that information. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So you can utilize the other people's platforms, use your channel, share your channel information so that they can register into the downstream. And remember, you're doing this for the person that's right below you or two steps below you to build up their platform of people, and then you benefit from it, from sharing your downstream pipeline. Okay, so that's one example. And another thing that you can do, let's say that it's in a completely different sector. You go to a Chamber of Commerce group, you become a member of a Chamber of Commerce group, and now you're talking to a bunch of business owners. And these business owners have a diverse, they're from diverse industries. You might have somebody who has a hair salon, another person who does air conditioning repair and maintenance and so forth. And you're going to be talking to all of these people about your network marketing business to provide them an opportunity to become network marketers as well, and add an ancillary income stream to support their business growth. So even though their business might be AC repair, they also probably work out too. And if they're not, they should, right? So you can see where the exercise and the whey protein and the supplements can benefit those people. There's also stuff to help you think more clearly. So let's say that one of the Chamber of Commerce members is an accountant and they've got to run numbers all the time. Well, if they have one of those clarity drinks, right, that like a nootropics, that will be very good for that person. So like, introducing them to this company, this opportunity would be beneficial for them. And think about them going back to their industry association meetings. They go to an industry association meeting where the room is full of accountants. You think he's going to know somebody who wants nootropics because they need to think more clearly, and they need to.
Yeah.
You see how it can trickle into other industries?
Oh yeah. Exactly.
Right. So think about your promotion and how are you going to get these people to register for your information to become members of your platform. Think about all those things before you create your webinars. Who's your audience, where you're going to target it, and how can you get people to easily sign up into your email list. You know, it's called list building, so that you can convey that information and make sales.
Yeah, like pre-planning for that is very important because you don't want to be like marketing the wrong thing, like you're using somebody else's platform and then, or if you're on a video with them, or maybe you're on the conference with them, the webinar or whatever, and you have their audience watching it, when you know really who's in the audience, then you're going to know exactly what products that you can advertise to them, because you don't want to advertise the wrong thing and they're like, oh, none of them, that doesn't apply to none of them. When you
Absolutely.
advertise the right thing, it's like, oh man, you're going to get so many clicks off of that because they already trust the person that they're watching right now, the other person's platform.
Yeah.
And then they're like, okay, if this person likes this guy who we're seeing on here today,
Yeah.
okay, you know what? I'll give them a shot.
Yeah.
Because you're using their trust. Like they trust that person that they watch all the time,
host.
or whoever, yeah, whoever the host is. Like their audience already trusts them.
Yeah, you're building credibility through the host of that platform.
Exactly.
And so you've already got instant credibility. You want to deliver for them.
Exactly.
You know, so
Absolutely.
you have to add value to their audience. And if you do that, then you have what's called a message to market match, and that will lead to sales.
Yep, that's right.
So look at the slide right here. It says deliver valuable and relevant content. We just talked about that.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, it has to be relevant.
And then highlight the benefits of what you're offering, right? Why is this network marketing opportunity beneficial to this audience? Can they make money off of it? Are the products beneficial for them to use themselves? Yes, and yes, you have a win.
Exactly. Well, absolutely.
Now, you can charge if you're offering something extra. So like what I see a lot of other marketers do, a lot of entrepreneurs, is they'll offer free access to it. But if you want to watch the replay, you got to upgrade to VIP. So you get the replays and you get extra time at the end of the webinar. So maybe they have a VIP session for another hour or half an hour after the webinar is over. So that's another nice way to upsell. Maybe your webinar is free, but then you can upsell the VIP experience for like $47, $37, $97. Those prices are across the board. $197 for you to make money off of the video. You're not excluding anyone. Everybody has an opportunity to sign up for the free version, but those who are really interested can upgrade to the premium so that they get access to the videos ongoing, and then also for the VIP session that happens afterwards where they get to ask more specific questions of you.
Yeah.
So that's a good way to monetize your webinar. The other thing is that's very important for you is to get feedback. So after the webinar's over, you want to ask your audience what worked and what didn't work. So that could be as simple as sending an email questionnaire so that you can get some information back on what they thought was useful, what was not useful, what was great, what was not great, whatever their likes and dislikes were. It will help you to modify your pitch, your delivery, your content so that you can get better the next iteration of it.
Exactly.
And then you want to look at your metrics. If you're doing this on an evergreen system, you want to look at your conversion rates, what your engagement levels are. If this is a video on YouTube, you can see where people are falling off. So like if you look at if it's 1 hour long, you can look and see where the peak was up, where people were really engaged, and then boom, where do they fall off? So that you can modify your content based on what were people really interested in, or where did you lose them? or do they stay all the way to
Yeah.
the end? If they stay all the way to the end, then you're doing really great. If they're dropping off early on, then maybe you need to modify your target audience because you're not reaching the right people if they're falling off early, right?
Exactly.
So those are important things to check out as well. And my video is still slow, so I'll just go ahead and read the conclusion here. Mastering video conferencing and webinars and network marketing can significantly enhance your reach and impact. By selecting the right tools, preparing effectively, engaging your audience, and continuously improving, you can create powerful connections, expand your network, remember OPP, other people's platforms,
Yep.
and achieve your network marketing goals, which is to grow your downstream so that you can make passive income, not 100% passive, but more passive income from having a huge pipeline.
Yeah.
Remember that the key to success lies in delivering value and building genuine relationships, which you do during your Q&As, through these digital communication channels. And that concludes lesson 5, my friends.
All right. That was good.
Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome. Welcome. Welcome.
All right.
All right.
So that's pretty much the end of our show. We gave you our physical, mental, spiritual, and entrefluential tips of the week.
Yep.
Sebastian, do you have anything else you want to add to the show?
No, nothing that I can think of right now.
Look at this. I got a shadow for my water bottle because of the lighting. I know. So dorky. I don't know why I had to show that. I had to point it out.
It's like look like a water bottle logo on your shirt.
Yeah, right? By the way, we're looking for sponsors. If you want to give us your water bottles. I like Aquapana from Italy. That's water.
Fancy.
It is.
I like sparkling water.
Olive Garden, buy a bottle of Aquapana. It's $5 and they give you a big bottle. It's super delicious. Let me tell you. I love it.
It's good. It's good.
Oh, yeah.
I'm getting into sparkling waters a lot now because I cut off sodas. So now
Good.
I'll have like the sparkling like flavored sparkling water.
Okay.
And it's so good. It curbs that.
What flavor do you like?
I like there's this one Spindrift is one brand, Bubbly is another brand. With Bubbly I tried
That's
cherry.
by Michael Bublé, no? Or he was on a commercial for it.
Bubbly?
Yeah, he was
Bubbly?
on a commercial for Bubbly, and he was changing.
No way.
He was writing with a marker on the bottles on the cans. He was like Bublé.
No way! No
awesome,
way!
man.
I haven't even seen that.
That was a great freaking commercial.
That's cool. Bublé. They're gonna have to call it Bublé now.
That's so funny, man. I love it.
Those are good. I like that the cherry one. I tried Bubbly the first time. Is it Bublé now? We'll call it Bublé.
Bublé.
I tried Bublé.
Bublé.
The Bubbly.
I'll have some Bublé.
Oh, it sounds so much fancier. Like, oh wow, what is that?
so here's a interesting tidbit here. Okay, so when I was 17 years old, 16 years old, I used to work at a gas station called Doucette Mobile in Miami. It was on 104th Street in US 1. And when I first started working there, I was changing tires.
Yeah.
And then I became a cashier. And I loved that job, man. Those people were cool, man.
Yeah.
I really loved it. One of the things I really loved was that they gave me credit. So like if I didn't have any money, I could buy something to eat and they would charge it to my account and they would deduct it from my paycheck.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
So like I used to eat these good, those sausages on the roll that they heat
Oh my
up?
God. Yep.
Oh my God. I used to eat those sausage dogs. I used to get ice cream. I would get like a huge cup of ice cream.
Oh wow.
Those carrot cakes that they have in the gas stations.
Yep.
Those carrot cakes. Those are my favorite. Those are my 3 favorite things I used to.
Oh wow.
Eat. But you know what I used to drink? The reason why I brought it up was I used to drink Clearly Canadian, and cherry was my favorite.
Oh really?
Favorite.
Wow.
I don't even see them in the stores anymore. I don't even think they carry them here in the United States anymore. But it was sparkling water. It was Clearly Canadian sparkling water, and that was my favorite drink.
I'm gonna have to check this gas station by me because That sounds. I think they have that there. I don't know. They have a Canadian sparkling water drink in there.
They don't have
Um,
it here. I haven't seen it in a long time.
wow. I'm gonna have to check when I go back there today or tomorrow. I think it's clearly Canadian. I'm not sure though. I know it's a Canada
All right. Well, if you see it,
brand.
snap a picture.
Yeah, I
I'm
have to
not
bring
talking
back some
about Canada
memories.
Dry Ginger Ale, and I'm not talking about Canadian
No,
Club either.
nope. But yeah, the flavored sparkling waters are such a good alternative to soda, especially the
Yeah.
sugar in them. Like it's got
Well,
sugar, so much carbs, which
well,
turns into the same thing.
that's what Celsius. That's what Celsius is.
Celsius is like
Sparkling
sparkling
water for the
water. Yeah, it's carbonated. Yeah, it's
yeah,
basically sparkling water,
yeah, but with
flavored.
energy.
With energy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that.
I love the Celsius, but yeah,
Yeah.
like I've tried from Spindrift, I've tried raspberry lime, I've tried pink lemonade, I've tried lemon, and the lime one,
Uh-huh.
just lime. I don't really like the lime one that much. I like the lemon, I like the raspberry lime. There's like a blueberry one, I think maybe. Um, and I've tried the pink lemonade. Like those are all good. It's like you have the sparkling water with a hint of that flavor,
Okay.
and it's going to taste different than a soda, of course, but it's so much healthier. It's a great alternative to sugar. My girlfriend drinks Olipop right now,
I
and
haven't,
that's
I haven't
like
heard that.
it's a soda alternative. So
Oh,
it's like they have root beer flavor, they have cream soda flavor, cherry cola flavor, and they are
cola.
so
That sounds
freaking
good.
good, man. Oh my
Hey,
gosh, it's
have you
amazing.
when cherry cola first came out? I was a teenager. I was like 12 years old. I freaking loved
Wow.
it, man. It was so good.
I love cherry Coke. Oh yeah.
Yeah, we were like everybody was into that when we were kids.
Oh, I bet. Yep.
And then if you put cherry Coke with vanilla ice cream and cherry Coke float, it's
Oh.
really good.
Now we're
Hey,
taking it to another level.
have you had I think you told me you had C4 in the can?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I've
Yeah,
had those. I've had so
I
many
had
of them.
three of them last week because I ran out of powder. So like I
Wow.
bought them at the gas station that night when I was coming home,
Yeah.
so I could have it in the morning when I go to the gym.
Yep.
So I tried the cherry pop.
That's good.
I tried the blue one.
Arctic snow cone, maybe?
Yeah, yeah, that one's my favorite. And then
That one's delicious.
wait, and then no, my favorite was the pineapple one.
Oh, they have pineapple?
Yeah,
Wow, I haven't tried that. Have you
yeah,
seen the
something
Skittles ones?
pineapple, and that was my favorite one, I think.
They have a Skittles C4 energy
Oh,
drink.
I saw that. I haven't tried that yet.
Oh, that one's so
Uh,
good, man. I'm telling you.
oh, you like that one, the
I
Skittles?
love that one. I love the Skittles one. They have so many flavors, man. They have so
Yeah,
many
it's pretty
flavors.
wild.
Just
But
about
I
all of them are
actually
so
felt like
good.
it really boosted me up, man. Like if I don't
It
have energy
does.
drink in the morning going to the gym, I feel so tired. Like I have to work hard. But with the energy
Yeah.
drink, I really, huh?
I feel so tired. I have to work hard.
Yeah, I mean,
That
like
was
that's my
hilarious.
brain,
That's
man.
a great ad for like a pre-workout company. Like
So like if
I
C4
feel so
wants to sponsor
tired.
us, man, I'm not gonna say no.
Yep. You like go from feeling tired, then you take a sip of that C4. Now I'm gonna attack these weights. Like you get all the
Yeah,
energy.
it
It
works,
makes a
man.
big
It really
difference.
works.
I
So
love
like,
it,
give me
man. I
sponsorship.
love them. I love the C4. Yeah, I wouldn't mind a sponsorship. I like the
Yeah.
C4. I like the Celsius. I like Rain. Rain's another one.
Okay.
I like Zoa. The Rock has his own energy drink now called Zoa Energy.
Oh well,
I
hey,
love it.
The Rock, if you want to come on to our podcast, we'll let you promote your. You can come on for
Oh my
free,
God,
buddy.
that's my
We won't even
dream.
charge you.
I would pay him for him to come on the podcast. The
We
Rock,
can't
I will
pay you,
give you
buddy,
money.
but
I
you don't
will
need the
give
money.
you money.
You're good. I know you want to tap into our huge audience.
Right.
Come get some of
Oh
this,
my gosh.
baby.
Yeah, right. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. That would be so amazing if I could have
It
free
would be
Zoa for
awesome if The
life.
Rock would come on our show. Are you kidding
Oh
me?
my God. And then
Or
he gives us
Stallone?
free Zoa energy drink and
Or
then he gives
Schwarzenegger?
me oh yeah. Oh my
And then at
gosh.
the end, when he leaves, he says, "I'll be back."
That would be awesome.
That would be great.
That'd be
Now,
so
if we
cool,
could get
man. One
Yoda,
day.
if we could get Yoda to come on our show, I think
That
it'll turn into an amazing, like, instant smash.
that would have been
It'll
next
go
level.
viral.
That would have been
classic
like
viral.
overnight sensation. Like, and we'd have 1 million subscribers tomorroh if we had Yoda on the podcast.
The
That's what would
force
happen.
is strong with this one. Going viral, I see, in the future.
Very entrefluential.
I love that. That was great, Sebastian.
I don't know these voices. I'm such a dork, man. Like the I cringe myself out. I love doing that. I get so cringed out by myself. I like that Scooby Doo laugh.
I love that, man. That's
Oh
awesome.
God.
Oh boy.
Ah. Oh
Okay.
man.
What?
That was good. That was a good one. That was really good.
Oh man. All right. All right. Time to go. Time to go.
Yeah, that was fun. All right.
That was great.
It's
I think we
getting
hit it on the
awkward.
high.
It's time to wrap it up. No, I'm just kidding.
I wish I could play, man. I can't play it. Okay. All right.
I know the outro would have been sick, man. I love
Right?
the
It would
outro.
have been perfect right
Oh,
now.
have you watched them yet? Oh, you gotta check them out.
I did watch them. Hey,
You watched them?
You got to make the intro longer because the music like cuts off like right when it was getting really good.
Oh, okay. I'll have to mess with that. Yeah, that was like something I was just working on it today.
Okay, do it again, and then use the same song from the beginning at the end on the outro, but go to the end of the song and play that.
Okay, so like just make the audio a little bit longer.
Make the audio longer in the beginning, right? A longer intro, and then take the end of that same song and play it in the outro.
Oh, you want the same song in the intro and the outro?
Yes, but I want the end of the song in the outro.
Oh.
Right? So you clip it so you don't it starts and warms up, it starts to get going, and then we we do the show. But when we end our show, it goes back to the same song and it ends the song, right? It fades out so that it gives closure to our audience.
Okay.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Right? And then there's the theme. Okay. They do the same thing when you watch sitcoms. They use the same song in the beginning and the end of the show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So give it like a sitcom. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That's what we're gonna do. All right. Cool. You want to go ahead and wrap it up for us, buddy?
Yeah. Thank you everybody that's tuned in to the live, and for those of you that are going to see it either today, tomorrow, in the future, thank you for keeping up with us and like watching the previous episodes. For those of you that continue to watch all of them, we're very grateful for each and every one of you that stick with us. Sorry we didn't get to make it to the last Sunday's episode, but it was Easter. It was time for family. So I hope that you guys use that time to spend it with your loved ones. I hope you all had a very happy Easter, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your night tonight. I hope that you're ready to attack the week, not react to it. And oh yeah, and it's been amazing. It's been an amazing journey. So I'm really grateful for you guys that have been sticking with us, and we're working on the production now to take it to the next level. There's going to be little tweaks going forward. We're going to get the intro and outro in the videos from now on. I think that they're going to like it a lot. And that was just like the first thing. Like we're going to have maybe a different intro going forward. But I love it. Just to bring it to the next level.
And you should record your voice on it. You should record like, "Hey guys, welcome to the Entrefluential Live podcast."
Yeah, we'll have to do it. We'll have to play with a couple different options. Yeah. Because I like the option where we have the intro and then we come on and then we're like, "Hey, welcome in," like, and then you see us. But I also like that idea too. So you guys are going to be seeing a lot of different things coming up. We're going to be playing with different intro variations of how we're going to do it. And then we're going to see which one sticks the most, which one that you guys like the best.
Yep. So and we're going to experiment with batch content creation so that we can do some special edits, special effects.
Exactly.
That'll be coming later on.
Exactly. Yeah, I would like to get to that point as well. Yeah. That's something I'm really leaning towards. So we're gonna be making changes. Better technology is coming soon, and I also have a plan.
So, like they said in I Am Number 4. The girl? Stay tuned.
What is she? Stay tuned. Yep, that's right. Stay tuned, guys. I want to get merchandise in here too, and not even just for the Entrefluential Life logo to have it on there for shirts, but like I want to have different scripture quotes on there.
Yeah, that would be
So you
awesome.
can have
Yeah, that,
shirts with that. Like I think that would be so cool,
yeah,
man.
we
Like
want to do that for sure.
yeah, we're definitely gonna take it up.
And
Gradually we're gonna keep leveling up,
yep,
and you guys are gonna see some changes, and then
yep,
after a while, then there's gonna be massive changes. But
yeah.
good
When we
things are
build
coming.
our own studio, that's our
Exactly.
vision. We have a vision of building a barn dominium studio,
Yep.
podcast
Yeah.
studio.
So it's gonna get really cool.
Yep.
But I'm
Just
excited for you guys to see this
just
little
grow with
changes.
us. Stay with us and grow with us.
Exactly. And yeah, I think that pretty much wraps it up for the
I think that
announcements and
was a great
everything
wrap
like
up.
that. Thank you, thank you. Without further ado, you guys go out
Go out
there
there and
and
amplify
amplify
your
your
message.
message.
God
Thank you
bless
for
you all.
watching. God bless you. Love you.
Bye, Sebastian. Talk soon, okay?
Bye. Talk soon. Okay.
All right.
Bye bye.
Bye, you guys.
Bye. Bye
Bye, bye.
bye.